Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of PodCaster. My name is Pete. Hello, how you doing? I'm joined by my co-host Liam.
Hi, I'm Liam. Hello. How's
Hi.
it going? You got it right that time.
Yeah, I know I did.
You got it right.
I'm proud of myself.
You did well.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Liam?
Oh, I just hit
You
everything.
just need all of the
I hit
tables.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty well. This is our first time recording a session or an episode after we've been working all day.
Yeah.
Every other time we've done this on the weekend. This is our first one that we've done after we've been doing our real jobs. So
Yeah.
if there's a point where we were a bit low on energy, it might be that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't worked today, but I was up until 4 a.m. working.
Yeah.
So I'm quite tired today. But yeah, hopefully we can keep the energy up through the whole episode.
I'm sure we'll do all right.
Wait and see, yes. So, in terms of stuff we've been doing in D&D this past week, we had a session for your campaign,
We
didn't we?
did. We played my campaign this weekend.
Yeah, which was really fun.
It was a long session. It was probably one of the longer sessions again. I don't think it's the longest, but it's definitely a longer one that we've done. It's about 5 hours.
Yeah, about
And it was because I just really wanted to finish the dungeon we were in.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really one that was... It didn't lend itself to have a point of pause. And I did clear it with everyone beforehand. I was like, it's going to be a long one. Really want to just do this one thing. Does anyone have anywhere to be?
Yes.
And everyone was like, no, we're good. We can just keep on playing and playing and playing. And you little troopers, you played probably until like midnight.
It was close to, yeah, by the
Yeah.
time we finished,
It
yeah.
was a good session. Dungeon time, werewolves, a shambling mound,
Yeah.
yellow mold, nice little homebrew monster that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Very good time.
Yeah. It was a very good time. Apart from my character.
Well, not just yours, but yours for
Yeah.
the majority of it.
Mine initially, yeah.
Like the very first fight with the werewolves.
Yeah, because your boy has got not a very good con mod. I've got a +0 to my constitution for my character. So I took a werewolf bite, had to make a constitution saving throw, and failed.
You did.
So now my character has been infected with lycanthropy.
And you're not the only one.
No.
There's another person in the party that also has lycanthropy.
Mm-hmm. Though we're not 100% sure of that yet. We've started putting the pieces together, but we
No.
don't know the full extent of what's happening.
I was going to say, the group has been very good with not metagaming it. You've all played it as like, well, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's worked that way. What's wrong with you? However, if you, as a note on lycanthropy, it's not my topic of the day, but what is it? Monster manual.
Yes.
The monster manual does not explain lycanthropy very well. Because if you read the monster manual for lycanthropy, you would be forgiven for not thinking, why would I not want this?
Yeah.
Because all it does is say, you get this, you get this, you get this, and you get this. Like, it's just a werewolf, because it's different for what you are. Werewolf, wereboar, were-rat.
Yeah.
Depends whichever one bites you. If you're a werewolf, you get 15 strength.
Which is great, because my character had 9 strength beforehand.
Yeah.
Now has 15. It's great.
You get immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing that's not from silvered weapons.
Which is
Or magical weapons.
Which is mental, by the way.
Yeah.
So my character is now super strong all of a sudden.
And you get some other stuff as well, like your melee weapons becomes like, it does like claw damage. Mm-hmm. And then it just stops there. It doesn't say anything else. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like officially or if it's just been like changed or there's like some rules elsewhere. But in the monster manual, it doesn't say anything. The most ways I see people play it is you have to either give into the curse or resist the curse.
Yes.
And if you resist the curse, then you don't get any of the benefits. Mm-hmm. But you also have to try and not become a werewolf every night.
Yes.
If you do give into the curse, you get the benefits, but every night you become a werewolf and you have to do werewolf things.
God. I don't know where it's going to go, genuinely. I'm genuinely quite terrified for my character and what's going to happen.
And this is a party, a very rare build of a party that has no cleric.
No.
You guys don't have
Right now.
You guys don't have a cleric rocking around with you.
No, not right now.
So no one's got remove curse.
Nope. Which also means myself and one of the other players were talking about this when we were on the way home. We realised that if someone dies, we're screwed.
Yeah, I know.
We don't have like Revivify or anything.
No, you're just dead.
We're just dead.
Yeah,
Like we can't stop it.
You're just dead. I mean, one of you's playing a barbarian, part of the zealot. Part of their thing is, you don't need material components to revive them. Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
You don't have Revivify.
If you don't have the spell, well, screwed.
You're just dead, guys.
Yeah.
And you guys almost died in that last fight.
Yeah, we did.
The barbarian,
Yeah.
of all people, went down to like 6 HP. Mm-hmm. It was a good thing they had that heroism spell on him.
Yeah.
Otherwise they would have died.
Legit, 100%. Yeah. Heroism right at the start of the boss battle really saved them. Getting that 4 temp HP at the start of every turn.
And the barbarian took a lot of hits that session.
Oh, yeah. Some big ones.
I don't think anyone else even really got hit apart from you in that bite.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, one of the other characters that actually got infected with lycanthropy at the very end in that boss battle.
He went really low as well.
Yeah.
But that's because he took 3d8 plus 12.
Yep.
And then 3d4 plus 8.
Yeah. And he's one of like the bulky ones we've got. If that had come towards like me, I'd have been like unconscious.
Yeah, I think he was full up at 62 HP and I knocked him down to 16.
Oh my god.
Or something like that.
Yeah, my character had like 30 something.
Oh, he's outright.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I have to deal with when I make the battles, because you guys got two really bulky characters. You have like a 68 HP and a 62, and then you've got the other two characters which have 32 and 37. It's like I have to be able to hit those guys hard enough.
Yeah.
But if something hits you, you go down.
Yeah, 100%. I mean that's like most party makeups. If you've got a wizard in there that's super duper frail boy, you've got to know you're frail, and you've got to not be in the thick of the combat.
Yeah, you got to play it that way.
Yeah, but the best part of the session though, lest we forget, we all bloody leveled up.
You did all level up. Oh. Yeah. It's been a while. And,
level 8.
Yeah, it was level 8. I put the level up a little bit earlier than what I wanted.
Yeah.
I put it a little bit earlier than what I wanted. You would have had to go through probably like another session or a session and a half.
Yeah.
But it felt okay to do it at that point.
Yeah.
It felt okay.
And I think it wrapped up because we kind of did a little bit of fast travel right at the end.
Yeah.
Because we finished the boss battle and then we were like, cool, we'll wrap up this dungeon. And because it was super late, you're like, okay, here's the treasure that you get. Let's go on out, and then you can go back to where you guys came in, and we can go over to this like barn where you initially got the quest.
Yes,
and it was like it was a quick like, and now you're over there kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that felt like, yes, this is the end of this little mini arc kind of thing. So
yeah,
it felt right. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, that was really fun session. Really enjoyed it, and now my character's got level 2 in wizard.
You do.
So he's got war magic.
You do.
Which is great.
So now you get even more initiative.
I'm plus 10 to my initiative now.
Because you were plus 9 because you have alert.
I do, yep. So I've got like 18 dex, and then I've got alert, and then, now I'm a war magic, and I've only got plus 1 to intelligence, which could be higher at some point when I take an ASI.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, even if you was to find a headband of intellect, put up to 19, that'd give you plus 4.
Oof. That would be spicy.
Your initiative would be plus 13.
Yep. That's like the in my party the wizard we've got in mind, because I believe he's got the same thing.
He does war magic.
War magic,
yes.
Not Warcaster. That's the name of the YouTube
I said
channel.
Warcaster, then Warpaster.
That's just a really cool cleric. A Warpaster. But with that said, I believe it is time to get into some talking points today.
Oh, let's go for it.
So, let's roll.
Please, come on, you gotta beat me
Let's
this time.
roll to see who's going first.
You gotta beat
Here
me
we
this
go.
time, buddy. What you got?
8.
8, alright.
Go on.
14. No.
You're going first again then.
Cool, go me again.
My streak continues.
Me again going first. This one's not so much it is kind of opinion, but I know we share this opinion.
Okay.
So it's more so we can go through this list and say why we think certain things.
Okay.
Rules as written.
Okay.
Some of them are really dumb.
Yeah.
And we don't use them.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to talk about some of the ones we don't use.
Okie dokie, that sounds good.
One of the funniest ones that I always see, and every time you go to make a character on D&D Beyond, it's always there. Ignore coin weight. I couldn't imagine playing a game where I have to worry about how much my coin purse weighs.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being so rich that I'm slow. It would flummox me that I could not loot the dragon horde in front of me because I have to worry that I might be heavy with platinum.
Yeah. It's kind of dumb. I mean,
it's realistic.
It is realistic.
But you're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. I think that's... It's so weird because you want stuff to be realistic in Dungeons and Dragons, but there's a line where you're just like, I mean, I don't want it to be like life.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It is still a game at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't want to be playing it and then be like, you haven't drank anything in 2 days. You're feeling a bit dehydrated. You should go see it. You have a bit of a migraine. You might need to take today off adventuring.
See, I reckon like a survival style...
Ooh.
Yeah, the chair does that, sorry. I think a survival style D&D game could be fun.
Yes.
Potentially.
Yes.
If you wanted to have hyper-realistic, you need to keep track of your food, you need to keep track of your water.
Yes.
But I think that should be the game. That shouldn't be part of, like, you're in this, like we play our Dungeons & Dragons games, you're traveling, you're going to go on these story arcs, you're doing this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, and also you need to keep track of all this other stuff, because you're keeping track of all the other stuff already.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got all the, you know, what's my food? Look at my coin weight. All of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they mesh together. But if you want that to be the focus of the game, that could work.
Yeah. I think that needs a specific campaign
Yes.
such. But there are certain points of the game that do lend itself to that. I mean, there are feats that let you carry more. And there are features that let you hunt and find provisions easier.
That's true. Or you could just cast Goodberry.
Or you could just cast Goodberry as well.
Nullify all of them.
Yeah, just completely ruin the campaign with like a level 1 druid spell that you get straight away. We're making a hyper-realistic campaign, guys. None of you are allowed to play druids because it breaks it.
None of you can have Wanderer.
Right? Yeah, exactly, because otherwise you just find food.
Yeah.
It's really weird. None of you can have purify food or water. So you can just find anything and make it good. And by level, I don't know what level it is, 4, when you get create food and water. Oh, bugger me.
Campaign's over.
Game over, mate.
You
You're
live.
Practically level 20.
That's
like
it.
you win.
Yep, you just win. You live. There you go. Problem solved.
So that's just one, coin weight.
Yes.
And it also goes to encumbrance in general. Mm-hmm. Like, we freeball it.
Yeah.
We freeball it. If there's something that's ludicrous to carry, like if someone was going to tell me I carry a dragon skull, I'd be like, how?
Yes.
How would you actually carry a dragon skull? Mm-hmm. But if someone tells me they've got 6 javelins, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're getting a bit heavy there.
Yeah.
Or if someone's just like, you know, if you was to pick up a great axe and you was to find like a halberd somewhere and you was to find like a scimitar somewhere else, I wouldn't start begrudging you that. I wouldn't start being like, oh, you're running out of room.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's good to keep track of stuff like bag of holding, the amount of room you've got in there, how much stuff you've got in there.
Absolutely, that is.
Because then that would completely nullify items as a whole.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think there definitely is a line. And be stuff like, you know, someone without a very high strength score, like if my character before they got lycanthropy was said like, oh yeah, I'd like to pick up Greg's great axe, and be like, no, you got strength of 9, you can't do that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Be like, well, I'm just putting it in the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, Greg's got to pick it up for you to put it in your bag. Like,
exactly. Stuff like that just gets a bit silly.
Yeah.
Another rule for this that we don't do.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone does. I haven't watched anything where anyone does.
Okay.
Donning armor. putting on heavy armor.
Yeah.
Takes 10 minutes.
Takes ages, doesn't it?
Takes 10 minutes to put on and take off heavy armor.
I mean,
do you make anyone do that?
No.
Would you make anyone do that?
No. I mean, the only situation where I could possibly see it coming into play would be like if someone ambushed you while you were sleeping. You didn't have tiny hut or anything like that.
Yeah.
Someone's ambushing you while you were sleeping, and you'd be like, were you sleeping in your heavy armor?
That's my one, because there is rules for that as well.
Yeah.
If you sleep in your heavy armor, you have to make a con save, otherwise you don't get the benefit of a long rest.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd still let people to be like, yes, I was sleeping in my heavy armor. I'd be like, okay, then make the roll. I wouldn't just be like, you can't sleep in your heavy armor. My one
for that, because I've had this conversation with someone a while ago. In regards to people sleeping in armor and sleeping with weapons nearby. If you're sleeping outside and you're traveling, you've got your armor and your weapons.
Yeah.
Like, reasons to believe you've got your armor and your weapons nearby. if you're in like a town and you're sleeping in an inn and you get attacked by assassins or something, I'm going to say you're not wearing anything.
Yeah.
Because you're in an inn. You feel pretty safe in the city. You would have zero reason to wear your heavy armor.
Yes. Agreed.
Understandable outside because anything can happen. But if you're sleeping somewhere fairly trusted, chances are you're going to get the sweaty full plate off for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you're going to put your weapons on the other side of the room.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I would be hesitant to be harsh or strict about that ruling, because I feel like that in particular could get quite a lot of kickback from players.
Yes,
if you're like, cool, you weren't wearing armor, they'd be like, but I wanted to be. My AC is now 11.
Yeah,
Help.
Yeah, exactly. My AC's 11 and you got to fight bullets.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, cool, they've got a plus 10 to hit.
Yeah.
Balls.
But then there are certain times where I would apply it. The classic scenario is thinking in my head: if someone's playing a paladin and you're going against a spellcaster and they cast heat metal on your heavy armor,
oh yeah,
that's going to take you 10 minutes to take off in the middle of battle. You can't just whip that off.
Yeah,
in the middle of a fight, you ain't just whipping off your armor.
Yeah, I'd allow like people to help to maybe speed up the process, but yeah, it would be you've got a time limit. That thing's heating up.
Yeah,
you better get it off.
It's a certain there's a give and take to it, but rules as written for that one, you'd have to be pretty militant.
Yes.
For you to be like, you got to spend 10 minutes putting on that armor, buddy.
Yeah.
And you can't sleep in it.
Imagine you get to the end of your travel day and then you just be like, cool, right, everyone's getting set up, everyone's gathering some food, we're going to do it in real time. You get to take 10 minutes real quick, you just need to take off your armor. What are you doing while they take off their armor? Oh, I'm setting up a campfire.
Yeah.
Okay, make a roll to see if you can get some wood for it.
Oh my god, yeah, you start getting into that territory.
Yeah, that's just not... You have wood, you can make a fire,
yeah,
and you can get out your armor.
What's the other one? Another one that I thought of, and feel free to jump in with any that you have as well. This is one that I feel like people could do. This is one that I don't follow as rules as written, but if people were to, I'd understand completely. Drawing and putting away weapons.
Oh yeah, see, I don't think I have as much of a ruling as you do, because you have a very specific, not rules as written, but you have your own ruling for it.
I have a rule for it where if people are in combat, they have a weapon out or they have something ready. So let's take your character for example, because your character is the best one for it in my opinion.
Yep.
If you're starting combat and you're starting with a wizard spell, I would say that you started combat with no weapon in hand.
Yes.
You can put a weapon in your hand for free.
Yep.
But once you've done that once for free, then you start doing actions.
Yes.
That's how I do it. You can switch once for free. So if someone wanted to go from crossbow to short sword because someone came within close proximity, then you can do that one for free. But then if you wanted to bonus action disengage and change back into your crossbow, then I'd say that starts to get into the point of you're starting to push the limit. You're starting to take the mick of it.
Yes.
And now it's time to start thinking of actual action economy.
Yes, exactly, yeah. I think that's a really good ruling. I haven't really had to think about it too much for my party, because we've got 2 monks who don't really have weapons.
Correct.
We've got you with a longbow.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all you use. It's either a longbow or spell.
Yep.
Which is whatever. I can imagine that you just hold the longbow in one hand and cast with the other one.
Well, it's different for a cleric because you can put your focus on a shield. We just changed it that I put my focus on my bow.
On your longbow, yeah, totally. Yeah. Which is fine. So yeah, that's not a problem. We have a goblin who occasionally could have a rapier in hand, but most of the time is casting spells.
Exactly.
So no hands there. And then there's a wizard who casts spells.
Yeah.
There you go. No one really uses weapons that much.
Yeah.
So I've never really had to think about it too much.
But it is one that I wouldn't be like, oh, that's really weird that you follow that rule, because the rule is if you want to change weapons, it is an action.
Yeah, which to me is kind of nuts to just be like, cool, if you get surprised, you don't have your weapon drawn, and then you'd be like, cool, first round, I'd like to draw my sword.
Yeah, that's real.
Cool, that's your whole turn.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one that kicks me. That's the one thing I'd do. I'd say at the start of combat, no matter if you're surprised, you've got something in hand that you could do. Like, you don't have to spend your turn pulling out your sword.
Yes.
You have your sword out.
Yeah, so they may get a surprise round where you
Yes.
don't have anything done, but as soon as everyone starts rolling for initiative and we start going through the order,
Yeah.
that's when, you've got something ready.
Unless you build it into your encounter that part of the surprise round, they have to use their action to draw out their weapon.
Yeah.
Unless you build that, and that is how you run surprise round. Which brings me to my next one.
Oh.
Surprise round.
Yeah.
Which brings to my next one. Surprise round.
Great segue.
A confusing one.
Yeah.
Because how do surprise rounds work in your head? Because it seems to work differently for a lot of people.
Yeah.
How do you run it?
Because initially, what I thought in my head was just like, people who are surprising other people get a free attack. That's just it.
Yeah.
End of story. But when I took alert on my character, I was like, they can't be surprised. And I was like, well, that doesn't work, because they would get a free attack. It's not like they can't target me because I'm aware of them, so that wouldn't work like that. So I was like, okay, let's actually think about it and look at the rules and all that stuff. And technically, they're supposed to have a full round of combat. Everyone rolls initiative, but for the first round, they just can't do anything because they're surprised.
The way it's written,
Yeah.
because I looked at it, the way it's written is they're supposed to get, like you said, everyone rolls initiative. Even if you're surprised, everyone rolls initiative.
Yep.
And it goes through the initiative order. And once it goes past your turn, you're no longer surprised.
Yes, that's right, yes.
But when it gets to your turn and you are surprised, your turn is doing nothing.
Yes.
That's really silly.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example of why that's really silly. Your troop, you've set up an ambush. You're hiding in bushes.
Yep.
There's slavers going through a canyon.
Okay.
You surprise round them. You come out of your bow and arrow. You roll a natural 1 on your initiative. Suddenly they all move before you and they're not surprised by you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got the jump on them.
Yeah.
It was a surprise round. You got the jump on them, but they don't care. They react quicker than you.
Yeah, somehow, even though you got the jump on him.
And they can't do anything.
Yeah,
They react quicker, but they can't do anything. But then you don't get the surprise benefit because you went too slow to surprise them.
Also, you guys can't see this, but Liam was crossing hands as he was saying it. He's going, they can't do this, and they can't do this, and his arms are crossing and getting in pretzels.
It's mind-boggling to think how surprise round works. The way I usually do it, is if they sneak up on you, you just don't get a turn that round.
Yeah.
You just don't get a turn.
That's it, yeah.
But it's also in the rules as well that there's a way to get around it. It's something like if you try to sneak up on someone, and if when it gets to surprise round, your stealth check is lower than their passive perception, then they aren't surprised. And at this point, it just gets a bit confusing.
Yeah. I mean, I just do it like, do you see him? Do you not? If you don't see him, you're surprised. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just do it normally, because I don't think I've actually done too much on surprise rounds all that much. Normally, I just do it like, you guys are surprising him? Cool. Y'all get around.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your ruling. And if they physically can't see you, if you're hidden while you ambush them, then you can get advantage on your attacks. But if you literally jump out of them and go, as an ambush, you don't get advantage, but they are surprised.
I think this comes into play more when, again, the scenario, people having long rests outside. If your perception's too low and they manage to sneak up on you, tough.
Yeah.
Everyone is surprised because you was on watch.
Yes.
It'd be very silly if someone's passive perception was higher than someone's stealth check and they were asleep.
Currently, their passive perception is 0 because they're asleep.
Exactly. So, just a few silly rules there.
Yeah.
A few rules there that are written, but we as DMs go, don't like it.
Yeah.
Change that one.
It's also worth noting as well, flanking is optional.
Flanking's an
optional rule.
Yeah.
And both of us started using it at the start of our campaigns, and now neither of us do.
Yeah.
Because it's really dumb.
It is very dumb. It's very dumb. And because I made the point that if flanking is optional, and if you decide to use flanking, why do you use the help action?
Yep.
What's help do? Apart from take off someone's heavy armor after they're being cast on hate metal.
It doesn't do anything. Like, I think there was a really good video by XP to level 3 about flanking, which really kind of summed it up in that flanking is so easy.
Yeah, it's real easy.
It's so easy because
just move.
Because 5e has a really simple system of, are you doing something good? You get advantage.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Are you doing something advantageous? Cool, here's your advantage.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter how good or bad the thing is, you get advantage.
You just get it, yeah.
So Or you can do, instead of doing something super awesome and flipping over some rocks and trying to throw rocks to distract them and land on the other side so you can get a sneak attack, you can just go, I'm going to move around here.
Yeah, I'm going to stand next to him.
And you get the same effect. So it shouldn't be that strong. You should have to do something creative or actually really advantageous in order to get the advantage. And while flanking does make sense, because two people on opposite sides of you, it's going to be hard to fight them both. I get it. It's advantageous, but it's not worthy of having advantage because advantage is really strong.
It'd be especially difficult in your campaign when you have two monks and one of them has mobile.
Yeah.
Where one of them only has to attack so they can disengage for free. Can then bonus action Step of the Wind to get to anywhere on a battle map, stop to flank with the other monk, and then the other monk gets advantage on 5 attacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they do... Wait.
No, 4 attacks.
4 attacks. They
attack,
flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows.
Yeah, which is bonkers. And then you throw in Stunning Strike, and you throw in
That was my next one.
Yeah.
That was my next one, Stunning Strike.
Stunning Strike.
Again, another rule that we just say, do you know what? This is a bit silly.
Yeah.
Stunning Strike. You can use Stunning Strike on every melee attack. As a monk that is level 7. Level 7, yes. As a monk that is level 7. Or sorry, even 6. As a monk that is level 6, you can have 4 attacks with your Flurry of Blows. That's 4 Constitution saving throws that character has to pass.
Yep.
If you got 2 monks like we do in your party, that's 8.
Yeah.
And they only have to get stunned once.
Yep. And the thing is, I don't necessarily mind that. My feelings about Stunning Strike have fluctuated a lot. At first I was like, it's completely fine, and then I was like, it's the most broken thing in the world. And now I'm like, somewhere in the middle, I'm like, it's kind of strong. But I think I don't mind being able to unload a load of key points into doing Stunning Strikes.
Oh yeah, by all means, if you want to dump all your key points into that.
Yeah, because you are spending a ton of key points to do it. That's fine. But when it gets really dumb is that you can re-stun something that's already stunned.
Yes.
That's when I draw the line and I'm like, you can't do that because that's really stupid.
Yes.
Because they're already stunned. That's like saying, you're restrained? Well, I'm going to
further restrain you.
Yeah. Well, you're already restrained.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for the stun, I say it lasts until the end of your next turn, as is rules as written, but you cannot re-stun them on the next turn. They do get their next turn, will be spent doing nothing. The turn after that, they will get a turn.
Yeah,
you can't re-stun them again.
Yeah, there's certain points. That's a certain one in particular where it's just like, this just kind of breaks the game.
Yeah,
it just kind of breaks the game at a fundamental level. It breaks combat.
Yeah, and I'm very cautious to try and not nerf Stunning Strike too much, because then there wouldn't be a point to the ability.
No.
If you use it and it never works or never has the effect you want, then it's like, well, why do I even have it?
Yeah.
So I don't want to nerf it too much. But also, it is really, really strong. So, I'm going back and forth on house rules for it. But I think what I'd want to do, because at the time I was going to do, you have to declare that you're doing a Stunning Strike before you roll to hit, and you still use the key point even if you missed.
Yeah.
Which is like, that could work, but it would be really kind of shitty if like you roll and you miss and then you go, cool, I do Flurry of Blows, that's already 2 key points and I haven't really done anything yet. It's especially for like lower levels when you've only got 4 or 5 key points kind of thing.
But then I try and compare Stunning Strike to Hold Person, where it's just a spell and it's a save and you get as many spells as well, and you can just keep casting it. The only difference is Hold Person is concentration, but they can cast Hold Person a lot more than a monk can use Stunning Strike.
That is true. Yeah.
And a lot of classes get Hold Person.
Yeah, and I mean, monks have pretty good, because Dex is a very good stat. Hot take.
Yeah, no, right?
Dex is a really good stat.
Debate.
So a lot of monks are going to have really good Dex.
Probably at least 18.
At least 18, because not only are they probably going to put their highest stat into Dex, but that's also going to buff their AC, their to hit, their everything is going to be pumped into Dex.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to have a pretty decent to hit, which means they're going to have, a lot more chances to try and get off a Stunning Strike because they're going to be hitting stuff a lot more often. So, yeah, it's hard to balance properly, and it really depends on the party you've got. Because one of the things I've seen people say about Stunning Strike is like, well, just give them legendary resistance. I was like, can't do that for everything though. You can do it for the big bosses, sure. If you're worried about like what happened in my campaign where you have big old dragon, one Stunning Strike, and then that's it. They don't get another chance after that because they were dead.
Yeah.
I could have given it legendary resistance. Sure, I could have.
You're not going to give it to the Goblin Raiders, are you?
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You can't do it for everything, so it's not a catch-all to do it. But
so those are just a few rules, and in the comments, feel free to put any rules that you have rules of written that you have seen, or rules that you put some that you may use that may be controversial, or put some that you take out, because there are plenty of rules. I'm sure we're missing loads that me and you just go like,
that's dumb.
That's silly.
One I could just think of off the top of my head. We literally had this conversation at your session on Saturday. That lizard folk don't have dark vision. You're like, that's really dumb.
Yeah, it's really weird. Lizards hunt at night. Lizards as a real creature hunt at night.
So they should probably have dark vision.
It's real silly.
Yeah.
It's really silly.
So something that me and you literally spoke about during the session, we were like, that's kind of dumb, I'd probably change that, was when you're holding your breath. When you're holding your breath and you take a hit, you got to make a Constitution saving throw, and if you fail, you lose 1 round of breath.
6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds of breath. And me and you were both like, I mean, I'd probably change that to a minute, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because the lizard folk can hold their breath for up to 10 minutes.
I think it was 15.
Or 15 minutes, yeah. So, 15 minutes. I mean, 15 divided by 60, or 15 times 60, then divide by 6.
Yeah.
You can probably hold your breath and take punches for like 20 rounds.
Quite a lot, yeah. I mean, in contrast, in fairness, my character can hold their breath for 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So if they took a hit, I'd be like, oh no, I'm suffocating.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like 6 seconds is like, it's nothing, is it?
I might change it to something like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like 5 rounds of breath or something like that. One round seems a bit.
But there's a few rules that we do that are different, and there's a few rules that we change, and there's a few rules we just completely ignore. And all options are valid.
Yes, they are. Absolutely, depending on what game you're playing. These are just our personal opinions. But yes, as Liam said, do leave your comments. We forgot to do the comments at the start of the show, Liam.
We did. We were talking about my campaign.
We were talking about your campaign.
Too busy talking about werewolves. We'll have to do it after your point.
Yeah,
we can't do it in the middle. That's weird.
We'll do it after my talking point, which we're going to come on to right now.
Segue, sort of. The terrible segue. Like a mall cop segue.
Pool Blart.
Pool Blart. So sponsor us.
Sponsor us, Pool Blart, Mall Cop. So an interesting talking point that I had to bring to the table today was thinking about creating a proper story, actually creating like story hooks and things to engage your players and presenting interesting things instead of just having like the more stereotypical, just like, you're in a tavern, a person wants you to do a thing, can you go do the thing, please?
Yeah.
What other stuff can you kind of do to try and create an interesting story hook? Okay. So it's more just a chat about what kind of things could you do to create a story? Because I know, me in particular, I really struggle to come up with engaging stories because I'm just like, I want these characters to care about this thing, but I don't know if they will. Yeah. So I'm just like, well, I've got to try and make it an engaging way for the players to get invested in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but let's just have a chat about it.
Cool. We're having a very chatty episode today.
A very chatty episode. Well, it is a podcast.
That is true. That is true. So, we're on brand.
Yeah. So there's actually, to start with, there's a video I watched recently, probably a few months ago at this point, by another YouTuber called RuneSmith, who did a video on specifically side quests and how to make them not awful. How to make them actually like meaningful and how to make them different and varied rather than just being like, you need to do this other thing. Go and collect the eggs. You know, whatever it may be.
Go and collect the dragon eggs. Maybe one of the most quintessential side quests ever. You have to get the dragon eggs. That is one of the most quintessential side quests ever.
Absolutely, yeah.
I hear it in like everything.
Yeah, that's
Go
true.
get the dragon eggs.
But it had some really cool like different ideas for quests. It was like, here's what they could be. So you could do like a kill quest. So you could have stuff like, we need you to take out this goblin raiding party that's down here. Please go and sort that out. Or go and kill this shambling mound that's destroying the forest around here or whatever it may be. Go, please kill that, bring the head and come back. Decent kind of thing. One. Delivery quests. Please take this thing and take it over to this other place. And easy enough.
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite, the escort quest.
I was about to punch you in the face.
So yeah, you've got an NPC or something that needs taking with you that is very valuable. Normally not very helpful, but still an option.
Yeah.
Collection quest, go to this place, get the thing, and come back. Go collect the dragon eggs. An investigation quest, which is a bit more... what's the word I'm looking for? Esoteric, maybe?
Ooh.
Don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but I'll go with it anyway.
I don't know what it means. I like it.
So, yeah. So it's just basically like, something has happened, you need to find out what's happened.
LA Noire style.
Yeah, like... Read the subtle facial expressions from that, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Great meme. And then an interesting one that I thought of was... that was in this video.
No, you thought of it. Take credit.
I thought of it, yeah.
Take credit.
All me.
No one's ever done it before.
No, never before. Defensive quest. Something's coming here. We need you to stop them. Please.
Reinforce.
Stay here. Yes, reinforce us. Please stay here and help us defeat this incoming thing.
Yeah.
So those are just like some options, and those things can be really, really varied. In terms of, because a lot of the times, my instinct when I think like, okay, I need to make a story hook here, what kind of thing can I do? It's normally just going to be like, I don't know, they'll go to a board, see a job for something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what should I put on it? Like, they need to go get a thing, I guess, probably. I always struggle to kind of like get my brain moving into varying it up.
Sure.
But just having those like categories, I'm just like, cool, let me roll a d6, see which one I get.
Yeah.
And I'll make something off that. Like, it's just an option.
If I can weigh in, I'd say the board, like the classic bounty board, the classic, someone's put a job post in, kill the rats in the sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bees are bothering my forests. I've lost my hamper. And you fight a bear.
I really need some of these rare mushrooms.
Yeah, someone stole my picnic blankets and it was a bear wearing a hat and a tie. The bounty board is fine for low-level parties.
Totally.
As you get higher up, people are going to come to you for jobs.
Yeah.
Like, it's very well and good you saying, oh yeah, level up so we get stronger. Level up is also sort of a measure of fame.
Yeah, it's notoriety.
Yeah, like, if you're level 20, you're pretty much a god.
You're definitely a celebrity.
Like,
that much is for
if
sure.
anyone who's been a DM before, there are probably very few NPCs in your world that you could think that person's probably like level 20. There's probably very few that you could think are over level 10.
Yeah, for sure. Level 10, super duper strong, guys.
Yeah, like if you're a level 10 barbarian, you probably have over 100 HP. How many NPCs in your world have over 100 HP?
Just reminded me of the thing we were talking about before we went live.
So funny.
Which we've got to mention because now I've brought it up.
So funny.
Which was, you pointed out to me that a commoner, a straight commoner NPC, has 1d4 hit points.
Yes, the kind of person, you'd see Marjorie walking down the street. She has 1d4 HP.
1d4 HP with a +0 con.
Correct.
Yeah. And a common house cat.
House cat, just cat.
Just a cat. Straight up cat.
Yeah.
Has 3 attacks.
Yep.
A bite and 2 claws.
Bite and 2 claws.
And they do a minimum of 1 damage.
They do a minimum of 1 damage. There's a d4 on each of their attacks, I believe.
So, there's a very good chance that a common house cat can one-shot a commoner.
And I believe the house cat has better initiative. I believe the house cat has more dexterity than the commoner. It may only be 1, but the house cat is stronger than Marjorie.
Stronger, quicker, braver, faster.
In all
something Daft Punk.
We should that's one of the quests. We want you to replace all of the villagers with cats to increase our military standing. We will be more powerful with cats.
Oh, that's amazing. Sorry.
But yeah, as your characters level up, you are more famous. People will come to you for jobs. And as such, you can start opening up those quests. There's nothing wrong with going for the quests of kill rat, find watering can, go here, pick me a bushel of apples because the forest is a bit dangerous tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come back. But then as you level up, you can start getting into your list that you've got. And things like the escort quest in particular. No one's going to want a bunch of nobody jabronis carrying them from point A to point B.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you know, Tanky Tankerson over there, and Jerry...
and Jerry the arsonist.
Jerry the arsonist, he's been keeping it calm for a while, but he's quite powerful. Let him take you with you.
Yeah. Exactly. They heard. It was like, man, he like burned down 3 buildings. He's a serious deal. He could take me. He's powerful.
On another note as well, another way you can give people side quests quite well. Put something in there that's really different, out of the ordinary, that they haven't seen yet. Mm-hmm. So one of the hooks, I got it from an Instagram, and I won't remember the name, so I'm not going to try. Critical Dice. I did get it.
Hey, well done.
Critical Dice. They put out some story hooks occasionally. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just like an Instagram post. It's a 1-sentence story hook. And one of my favourite ones for them was, you investigate a nearby pyramid. There's hieroglyphics of your characters on the wall.
Oh, it's great.
Immediately you're invested.
Yeah.
And chances are, when has the party ever seen a pyramid before? If you tell the party there's a pyramid nearby, they're gonna go to it.
You're gonna go say what now?
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, if I said to you guys, oh yeah, so you're on your way to Krisheria, and it's just on your high perception chance. It's a slight peak over there. It's like pyramid shaped.
Triangular.
Yeah, it's like pyramid shaped. You'd be like, we should check that out at some point.
Damn, we've really stumbled into Paris. Is that the loop?
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like putting something there that is just different will get people naturally invested.
Yeah, totally. It's like even like before. Obviously, this was a hook I'd already planned out, but having you guys, the very first thing your party ever did was to go rescue a kidnapped daughter. Wow, that's stereotypical, but they went through this forest, which is a bit dangerous, couple of encounters on the way, and then I was walking through, I was like, yeah, you guys see this marble house in the middle of this forest, and you guys were like, what? I was like, yep.
Yeah.
It really does not seem to fit.
yeah, and then it just disappeared.
Yep. It just vanished. And you were like, what the hell was that? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're invested. Yeah, exactly. Then you're invested. Plenty of stuff can happen. The investigation quest. This one's a bit more somber, but the investigation quest. One of your favourite NPCs dies. No one knows how.
Yeah. Go investigate why.
Yeah. Or one of the shopkeepers that you go to one of the shopkeepers you go to a lot. His shop burned down.
Yeah.
Jerry. Got to it.
God.
But why is it burned down? Why did Jerry do it? Where's it gone?
It wasn't Jerry.
No, exactly.
But he's the prime suspect.
It wasn't Jerry. Exactly.
That's fun. I think this comes on to my next point that I wanted to do. The thing that is the most important in your story hooks, make them about your party.
Yeah.
That is the big one.
Yeah.
Because if you include their backstories, some of their character traits, whatever it may be, something that interests at least one of your party members, there's a very good chance they'll want to do it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then you can always put them in the position, I wouldn't recommend doing it too often, but you can put them in the position where the side quest is the most obvious thing to do. Mm-hmm. For example, when you guys had done the suicide quest underneath Romulus, because one of your party was under city guard. Yeah. Someone offered to you, you can do this quest for me, I'll come with you, and if it goes well, I can get the city guard lifted for you. Mm-hmm. That was a side quest that you didn't have to do. You guys could have done anything else in Romulus. It wasn't your main quest.
But we wanted to do it because we wanted to leave Romulus, and we couldn't until we got the city guard removed.
So the side quest can play into the main quest. You can put a benefit from the side quest that will make the main quest seem a bit more lucrative.
That was gonna be my third point.
The next point.
Yeah, and it's not even like there's loads of different benefits you can have from a side quest, not just gold, magic items, treasure, whatever it may be. You can have like you've gained a powerful ally from this, who will come back in the story later down the line, who wouldn't have been there if you didn't do the side quest. There's loads of possibilities. You just need to expand your horizons.
I think another good way of thinking that one. If you look at video games, we've all played some form of like video game where you get a quest and whatever, and then you get a quest that sometimes has optional objective that will make your main quest easier.
Yeah.
Stuff like, oh well, we want you to take out this king. As an optional quest, you can poison his royal guard. Yeah. You don't have to. Yeah. As the video game, you could just go into the kingdom, slay everyone, kill the king.
Absolutely.
But you could poison the royal guard instead to make it a bit easier.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, there's loads of ways you can do that. And yeah, I think if you make it about your characters and you make it varied, even if it's literally just, if you have to force yourself, if you're really struggling, if you literally take those 6 categories that I said and literally just like roll a d6 and be like, cool, let me make something out of that. So it's like, cool, there's a collection quest. Our main story arc we've got right now in your campaign is a collection quest.
It is,
That's
yeah.
it. You need to go collect these pearls.
It
cool.
is a collection
Let's
quest,
go get
yeah.
them. Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's a lot more to it. It's not just like, I know, these pearls are kind of important, you should probably go get them. Like,
Yeah.
there's a whole story surrounding why we need to get them and everything.
But it boils down to...
Yeah, it's go collect these things.
Yeah.
Which is what it's actually still engaging. So,
Go get the dragon eggs!
yeah, go get the dragon eggs, except these are pearls.
Yeah.
But it's a similar kind of thing. You don't have to have, like, the most, like, layered, unique story in the world. It can be as simple as, you need to kill this thing, because otherwise it's going to do some real damage to the world.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
absolutely.
here's this big bad. You know, stereotypical. There's a big bad evil that wants to take over the world, and you need to stop him. Cliched, but totally could be still engaging if you make all the story around it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But now, I think that's probably about it. I think I've all I got for that one. If there's anything else you can think to throw in on the story hook front,
I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
I think we've done pretty well on that one.
make it about your players.
I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Let's get some comments.
Let's do some comments. So, some comments. I've got one here from Uptown Avondale, who said, herbs. Because we had the comment last time, which was herbs and spices. He said, herbs. I've never been good with voices, speaking on the voice acting topic we had last episode. Sorry for no episode last week, by the way. Got busy. Never been good with voices, but I found that the way I say things changes in character. As for the background part, this might be long because context, I was playing a bard character based on Anthony Bourdain. I don't know who that is. That I couldn't play anymore when he passed. I had a backup in the rough draft stage at the time, but no backstory. For continuity, I made the new character his sister, who arrived because she had a dream that his light was burning out, so she and the party were with him when he passed peacefully. Further on in the campaign, the party met her father. Mum wasn't there because she was at a poker tournament out of town. The parents were 100% ad-libbed. Poker playing mum was one of the best recurring jokes from the campaign. Spices.
Spices. Hell yeah, spices.
End it with the spices.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Really cool backstory, that. Love that. And yeah, with your voices, the way you say things changes in character. That is voice acting.
Yeah.
That just is it.
It just changes,
So,
yeah.
well
just
done.
change as you go.
We've got one here from Jesse Woodring, who said, using different voices can really suck you into a story. It's the same thing as listening to audiobooks. If the reader uses different voices, you'll forget it's just a story. I agree, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And said, backstories are half the fun of making a new character. The more in-depth you get, the more real your character becomes. Imagine trying to explain to the other PCs why your character insists on always having a full complement of herbs and spices with them at all times.
Yeah.
And then using them for anything but cooking.
See, I like that. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just
Like-
have a random thing and just be like, where you got that? I don't know. You don't know.
Just pick a fear of something. Just be like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm really scared of? Really scared of heights.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
know,
Think
they-
of a reason.
Yeah. I could die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Then-
tall.
Then you can build off of that and just be like, he was thrown off a tower when he was a boy.
Yeah.
Very
exactly.
Game of Thrones.
Last one for today. Maxman475 says, what are the perfect herbs and spices for a great campaign?
Oh, I don't know. A lot of salt.
Lot of salt. A lot of
A
salt.
lot of salt.
Absolutely. A lot of salt for a campaign for sure.
Although salt, technically not a herb or spice, it's a mineral.
Yeah. Sodium chloride.
Yeah,
isn't
it's a mineral.
it? Yeah, something like that.
Unfortunate. But I made the joke now and it will last.
It will last forever. Thank you very much for all your comments, by the way. Please do leave them, and we will try next time to read them at the start of the episode.
We'll do our best.
For episode number 6. But for now, let's get into the final episode, the recurring segment on this show, which is Deck of Many Characters. Are we sticking with that name?
Yeah.
We're
Stick
sticking with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
stick with it.
Deck of Many Characters. Essentially what both of us have done is we have created a character using D&D Beyond. Please sponsor us, D&D Beyond. That would be great. We both made a character, and we're going to tell the details of that character to the other co-host, who then has precisely 1 minute to come up with a quick backstory and tell us how we would roleplay them. And, based off last episode, we can't do any sad backstories
No
for this
sad
one.
backstories today. No, it can't be parents died, can't be village was attacked, can't be everything burned, can't be was hunted their whole life. Has to be some other sort. Neutral is fine, doesn't have to be happy, but it can't have tragedy.
Yes, it cannot be sad.
Yes.
That's fine. So, let's roll again. Let's see who's going first.
Okay, let's go. Last time we drew, and then I won.
Yeah. Natural 1. Massive.
Be a bit difficult to lose it, isn't it?
11.
2 ones.
I am
Shit.
the worst roller.
Yeah, really bad at this? Yeah.
Really bad. Even in your session on Saturday.
Oh, you roll so bad.
I rolled so bad.
You roll bad consistently.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just
It's
once in a while.
mental.
It's a consistent thing. You've picked up a trait. You've picked up your own trait.
I don't understand.
Neither do I, but you've done it anyway.
Yeah.
You've done it, and it's here to stay.
Okay. Right. No sad backstories. Give me
Okay.
them details. Are you saying details? Is that
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying details.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I've gone cheeky with this one.
Oh, God. All right.
I've gone cheeky.
Oh, that's not good.
Sorry?
I'm already not very good at this game, Liam.
It might flummox you a bit, this one.
Here we go.
Not
All
going to
right.
lie.
All right. All right.
If I had anything other than E network. If I had anything other than E. 4G, there we go. Let's go.
Why aren't you connected to my Wi-Fi?
Huh?
Why aren't you connected to the Wi-Fi?
Oh, you're on your fucking Wi-Fi. I don't know. You're a wood elf.
Okay.
Cleric.
Okay.
And a ranger.
Okay. Oh no. Okay.
Above average dex.
Figured.
Above average wisdom.
Yeah.
Decent con. Everything else fairly middle of the pack.
Yeah.
You're an outlander.
Bet I am, yeah.
You can play the pan flute.
Yeah.
And you know goblin.
Shocking that.
And dwarf.
Never would have guessed it.
Yep.
Okay, and dwarvish. It's gonna be so. I need to come up with a different backstory.
Yeah, I know.
God.
I'll give you a little bit longer. I'll go to the skills so you can have a little bit extra.
Okay.
Skills. Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Insight.
Yep.
Medicine.
Yep.
Perception.
Okay.
Religion.
Yep.
And survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I know.
For those of you who don't know, this is the character that I use in Pete's campaign.
Yeah, it is.
So he already has a backstory in mind for it.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Thamiel.
Oh God, yeah.
He already has a backstory. I want to see if Pete can come up with a different one that's not sad. Although this one wasn't really sad.
It's not that sad.
So I want you to come up with a different one. I want you to go a different way of it.
Oh, I can only think of your
I've
backstory.
really thrown you for a
This
curve.
is really
I've
difficult.
gave you a complete curveball on this. Sorry, I just put my phone away. I didn't even offer to set the timer up myself.
Yeah, that'd be great, so I can keep looking
Yeah.
at these things.
I just
Let me know
chucked
when you
my
start.
phone away.
Let me know when you start.
Okay, I will be starting in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so Damior lived in a forest village of sorts, kind of built into the forest. And as part of the people that he lived with, he was one of the people who would go out and forage for food quite frequently. So he went out looking for food on a normal day, but he was ambushed by some magical beasts that aren't normally native to that part of the forest. But he was saved somehow by some sort of otherworldly power that seemed to come out of nowhere. Not from him, but an external source that seemed to save him. And when he came back, he started looking into religion more and started studying up about these radiant powers that seemed to come out of nowhere. And he journeyed out away from the home village to essentially investigate religion more, because he wanted to understand how something could save him when he wasn't even believing in the gods to start with.
That was really good. That was really good, man.
That's really tough, man.
No, that was good.
That's really tough.
You nailed that one.
Oh God.
You absolutely
Also,
nailed
he
that
knows
one.
Goblin and Dwarvish.
No, you absolutely nailed that one. That was really damn good, buddy.
Cool. That's
I like that one a lot.
tricky. That's tricky.
I really like that one.
I know. I realise now that I started off quite similar to yours, and I don't want to say too much about your
No,
backstory.
I don't want to say too much either in case anyone's listening.
Yeah.
But
the start of it was kind of similar.
yeah.
To yours, and I was like, I've got to switch this.
No, you done
somehow.
well. You done well. It was different.
But it was different.
It's
yes.
definitely different. I
Yes.
like it. I liked that. Well done, you. That was I threw you a curveball on that
You
one.
did. You did.
Yeah, feel free to throw me one at some point, because I've been a bit jebby there. I've been a bit of a jeb.
No, that's okay.
jab, jab, jab.
Okay. Let me get my my character up on
I
here.
have to delete Angus the Turtle. Off you go, buddy.
Angus. Right,
Angus the Barbarian Turtle.
Right, let's...
No sad backstory. God, this isn't my forte.
No sad backstory.
This is not my forte. I might struggle. This might be the first time where I flub and bugger it.
Okay, so... Your name.
My name
is Halia Keymer.
Halia... Halia... Keymer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Spell it how you want.
Yeah, I spelled it Keymer.
Sure. You are a half-elf.
Half-elf.
You are a fighter.
Fighter.
Your fighting style is 2-weapon fighting.
Ooh, I like it.
And you have the feat dual wielder as well.
Okay.
You... if it helps with this, your 2 weapons are normally scimitars.
Okay.
What are the other bits? Stats! You should
Stats.
probably know them. Bearing in mind, I rolled for these again.
Alright.
You have really, really good Dex, Constitution, and Wisdom.
Wisdom?
You have average Intelligence and Charisma.
Okay.
And you have really bad Strength.
Okay. Really bad Strength.
Yeah.
Damn. Strength autocorrect. Strength autocorrected to strong today.
If you want other bits... if you want other things, they also know Halfling. If you want to throw that in there,
Halfling.
Up to you. And they have Woodcarver's tools.
Okay. Woodcarver's tools.
Just double checking and see if I've missed anything. The Battlemaster as well.
Okay.
For fire. Sorry, forgot that bit.
Battlemaster.
Yeah.
Cool. Any particular background?
Background is folk hero.
Oh, okay. I got an idea. I think I have an idea. Folk hero.
Did you want skills or no?
No, I'm good. I
Cool.
think I'm pretty good.
All right, let me grab the timer. 1 minute on the clock. You ready?
Shoot.
Go.
Halia. Halia grew up in a halfling village. Her mother and father moved there after wanting a change of pace. They went on holiday and they went to a local halfling village to sample the wares, and they just end up staying there, much like some people do when they go on holiday. She picked up a tool, she picked up a craft, as you would do, to survive, as her parents eventually passed on through natural causes peacefully. And as such, she would have to occasionally defend the halfling village from outside invaders, from large beasts that may think the halflings themselves actually weak. However, the halflings being a peaceful village meant that she didn't really have anything in the way of weapons. So instead, she just used to grab her wood carving tools, whatever she could grab nearby, like a pick or a knife or anything, and she'd just swing wildly and go crazy with it, picking up along the way sort of like these street smarts and these maneuvers that would help her in using these two-handed weapons.
Really good, man.
That's where I
really
went with
good.
that.
Really good. Yeah, that's great. Love that.
That's where I went with that one.
Yeah, no, that was really, really good. I love that it was just like, because I thought at the start you were just going to be, she grew up in a halfling village. I was like, her parents can't be dead, Liam.
No. Yeah.
Parents can't be dead.
They found their heart. They found their heart in Spain.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. That kind of thing. You know, they went on holiday somewhere and they just went, I love it so much. Why don't we stay?
Yeah, we'll just stay.
Yeah.
That's great. So for this backstory, I thought about it for about 15 minutes, I'd say.
Ooh,
roughly. About
all right.
15 minutes of thinking time before I actually wrote anything
Not
down.
bad. Decent amount of time.
Yep. So I've written a little thing, which I'll read out for you.
Go for it. Okay.
It's not too long, don't worry.
No. I'm keen to hear.
Okay, so Halia Keymer was a quiet kid from her small village, and at a young age was recruited to help with her father's carpentry. While she was perfectly good at woodwork, she yearned for more, and in secret she would often carve weapons made of wood and practice fighting in secret, even going so far as to seek out books on battle tactics and study the technique used in battle out of sight of her disapproving father.
Ooh.
While Halia never had anyone to practice with, a test soon came when the helpless village was attacked by a pack of wolves, led by a druid who wanted to take the village under their control. Despite her father's attempts to stop her, Halia immediately grabbed her two trusty reinforced wooden scimitars and single-handedly stopped the attack in its tracks, chasing the druid away from the village. Harley was celebrated by the village, and after a heart-to-heart with her father, she set out from home to pursue her lifelong dreams of being an accomplished tactician and fighter, after ensuring improved defences were in place at home.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's
fun.
just like, someone likes fighting.
Yeah.
And then they fought, their parents didn't want them to,
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, but I'm really good. They're like, I don't care if you can really fight. I don't want you to fight.
Yeah.
And then they actually, like, an actual real life invasion thing happened, and they were like, bang, 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 screw you all, I'm amazing. And he goes, wow, you really are a good fighter.
Yeah.
Cool. The thing that I thought of initially when I was writing that, I was like, wow, I've just made Toph from Last Airbender.
Yeah.
It's that moment where she's like, she can't fight, she's blind. And
Yeah.
she's like, they're mine. And just goes in and just kicks ass.
All right.
It's basically like that. It was like what I was thinking in my head.
This challenge was fun.
Yeah.
Having to come up with something that wasn't sad.
Not sad.
Yeah, having to come up with something that wasn't sad. That was a fun one.
And I mean, there could be a little bit of like trauma in that of like, you know, her dad doesn't accept her for who she is and stuff like that. But it's not like everyone is dead.
No, some natural adversity.
Yes.
Some natural adversity, something to overcome.
Exactly.
So if you're not overcoming anything, you're complacent.
Exactly. And your character is not growing.
And if you're complacent, why would you go on an adventure?
Yeah.
Why would you leave?
Yeah,
I'm very happy where I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was good. I think we both did pretty well on that one.
We did do pretty well.
Yeah.
We did do pretty well.
Yeah, that's fun.
Do you want another challenge for next time?
Yeah, what should we say for next one? Let's do some... Tell you what, why don't we leave it in the comments? Why don't we have people comment and see if they want us to do some sort of challenge for the character creation?
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here then.
Okay.
What day are you putting this up?
Tomorrow. Tuesday.
Tuesday. We'll close it on Sunday.
Cool. Like it.
Yeah? We'll close it on Sunday.
Sure.
And then we'll pick something out on Sunday.
Yes. Sounds good.
To save people, so we actually have some time to have something and make a character.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So by Sunday, the dates. Sunday, the 4th of October. Get in your comment suggestions if you'd like to see us do some sort of challenge for character creation, whether it be like, you know, whatever you think would make an interesting wrinkle into it. Like, you can't have characters that have stats above 12 or something like, I don't know, anything. It has to be a tiefling, whatever it may be.
My one was going to be, it has to involve 2 chickens. It has to involve 2 chickens. Somehow.
That's really good.
Somehow it has to involve 2 chickens.
That's amazing. Yeah, do stuff like that. Ignore what I said. Do more stuff like what Liam said, because that's really funny.
Yeah, I have no idea what I would do. I don't have an idea for that.
No, not at all.
Just something really funny.
Not at all. See, I can totally imagine us just not including 2 chickens, and at the end to be like, and also 2 chickens were there.
Yeah, and also they like chickens. And they were hungry that day and had lunch.
Yeah. They had 2 chickens. They were called Fred and George.
Yeah. I'll have 2 chickens.
I think that's going to do it for this episode of War Podcaster. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, and loads more content coming that way. And if you're listening on the podcast feed, head on over to the YouTube. Even more D&D content over there. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. We'll be back hopefully next week with episode number 6. We love you all very much. Don't forget to comment. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.